Carry anything else today?
Just the drone, said Serge. Please, think of the children.
As they headed out of the store, there was a rumbling sound overhead. Then a muted scream. The ceiling tiles busted open, and a naked woman fell into the potato chips. Coleman nodded. Drugs. Serge pushed the door open.
I don't even notice anymore.
Miami. An oversized brown corkboard hung from a wall in a bright office. It was an open floor plan with a grid of gray government-purchased desks. On another wall hung a law enforcement seal. The corkboard was covered with photographs and note cards, names and dates, witnesses and victims, locations of bodies. It was all tacked up with different-colored pushpins and connected with crisscrossing strands of yarn, all arranged roughly in the shape of a pyramid. In the middle, a final note card, blank, except for a question mark. In another part of Florida hung another corkboard. Quite similar, in fact. Photos, cards, pins, and yarn. But the room was not bright. Actually, it was quite dark. Some of the photos had been taken while the victims were still alive. There was no card in the middle, with a question mark. Chapter 1. A week before Christmas. Down on the southernmost tip of England lies a quaint fishing village in the county of Cornwall, simply called Looe. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the British constructed 6 ships named after the town, including the HMS Looe, a 44-gun frigate commissioned in 1740. The ship saw military action during something called the War of Jenkins' Ear, because someone got his ear cut off and, naturally, war. The conflict was primarily fought in the Caribbean and off the coasts of Georgia and Florida. In 1744, the Looe captured a Spanish merchant ship and towed it along the coast about 25 miles from Key West. Just after midnight on the 5th of February, it ran aground on an unnamed sandbar in the Gulf Stream. In the centuries since, the sandbar has washed away, as well as much of the doomed vessel. But the ship left something else behind, her name, and today the place where she went down is called Looe Key. Looe isn't an actual key, as it rests entirely underwater, consisting of a patch reef with parallel rows of coral fingers. What makes it so distinct is that it lies 7 miles offshore south of Ramrod Key, rising up out of the deep surrounding ocean to unexpectedly shallow depths. It has become known for some of the finest diving, both scuba and snorkeling, in all the Keys. In 1981, it was named part of a national marine sanctuary. Sometime in the 1950s, a modest concrete block motel went up on Ramrod, housing 20 rooms on its 2 floors. It was the opposite of fancy, just this plain rectangular box, providing a cheap roadside layover for weary motorists. Then, someone had a brainstorm. There was a canal behind the motel leading out to the sea, and that fabulous Finger Reef. The owners bought a boat and air compressors and converted half of the motel office into a dive shop, and in 1978, the Looe Key Reef Resort was born.
There it is!
Serge pointed through the windshield at a red sign with a diagonal white stripe.
My home away from home!
Coleman popped a magic mushroom in his mouth and chased it with a Jaeger bomb.
Doesn't look like a resort.
Can you not splash that stuff all over the car?